What's good, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's me, L Teddy 27. This is Angry Teacher Chronicles, and this is my review for Pose Season 2, Episode 1. I know I'm doing this without my intro, all of that good stuff. I didn't want to go through the whole editing process, rendering. My computer and tablet are still having issues, and I'm having to do this by ulterior means and methods, whatever. I'm getting it out there because I want to get it out while, it's still fresh in my mind. All right. So we start off with Pray Tell and Blanca. They go to the burial site where they keep all of the people in New York at that time. This is 1990. This is, in the middle of the AIDS crisis and epidemic and so forth. So you had, they have a place like this island or whatnot that they had to travel to where unknown people or people who are not claimed by their family or whatnot, when they die, and they just have mass burial site for those people, a mass burial site for them. So these whores, Ryan Murphy and them, they were trying to take me the fuck out before we even got to the first commercial break. I was like, I started doing this. I was like, whoo, girl. They was trying to take me out. Them first 5 minutes. I said, let me make it to the first commercial break before y'all take me out. And then when you got there, so the lady, the receptionist that was helping them, she was real mean and disrespectful just for no reason. So she goes, these people are here, these people are there. And then she was like, well, the people who we know died of AIDS, we have them quarantined over here in this section by themselves. So Blanca was like, well, they already dead. Why you got to do that? She was like, because we don't know how that shit is traveling. I was like, bitch, you might need to catch something to lose a few of them LBs you got hanging on them bones of yours. Girl, you look too big to be trying to pick at somebody dead or alive. They may need to quarantine food from her big ass. But whatever. Moving on. Cause she pissed me off. And girl, I was having a moment, girl. They was about to take me out. Girl, when they went over there to the rocks and had the little hearts. And Pray Tell started talking about how he died alone and stuff. Girl, they was about to take me there. I was like, girl, take me to the king. Woo. I don't know what to bring. I was rocking like, Sophia in color purple like this. They were about to take me out before the first commercial break. Then we have Blanca. She went to the hospital. Now, Blanca, she's all happy and upbeat because she feels like she's, healthy, feeling good. But I am so appreciative of that doctor. Especially, and I got to say this. And I hope, and I might be looking too far into this, but I really want to know, were there really doctors and somebody who may have been, around the epidemic during that time. I was real young in 1990. But just let me know, were most doctors like that? Because I feel like some of the things she was saying and how she was acting with Blanca was a lot, not totally, but some parts of it I could see more not 1990, but a 2019. But I am glad that the doctor had that conversation with Blanca like that. Like, girl, hey, get over yourself. You might think you're healthy, but girl, you over here could be dying. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that stuck with me, when she talked about, is there a cure coming? There's no cure coming. And she said, listen, they making new medicines every day. She said, I just need you to stay alive long enough so we can get to that point. So let's do what we can to keep you alive. And so I do like that conversation. I love how real the doctor was with Blanca. Like, girl, get up off your... First of all, you might feel healthy, but girl, you could still be dying. And then when she started to feel sad for her, she's like, girl, get over it. Okay, pull yourself up. Let's keep it moving and let's keep you alive, okay? And keep it moving. So, but she ended up being diagnosed because her T-cell count had fell below 200. So now she had been diagnosed with full-blown AIDS. And not just HIV. And she had that important conversation with her where she said, all that means is it's just a number count. It doesn't... And so when you get below a certain number count, that's just what they have to term it. but it is not a death sentence because now you're diagnosed with AIDS. And she tried to tell her that. But that's where I kind of slipped into was this more of a 2019 speak or was this a 1990 speak? Because in 1990, if I recall, once somebody said you were diagnosed with full-blown AIDS and your T cell count was that low, that was a pretty dismal and grim prognosis for that individual. And so anybody who might have been around during that time and, went with friends to doctors, or you may have gone to doctors, maybe put it in the comments, let me know, was that the conversation that was being had back then? Because that sounds more so like a 2019 conversation. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Next. And I'll say this, let me preface before I go into the rest of this. I noticed that, and it's hard to kind of do a review for this type of show because you get little snippets and little scenes from different places, and it goes real fast, and so they didn't give you a whole lot. Sometimes they didn't give you a whole lot of time in a certain place or in a certain scene. It was just a real quick snippet, and you were off to the next scene. Beautiful cinematography, though. I will say that the cinematography was excellent in this first episode. Now, next we were at Blanca's house, and you see Angel and Poppy taking pictures of Angel like he's like a photographer and she's a model. And that was a bit of foreshadowing for what was to come later on in the episode, because you see Blanca in the background watching Poppy take pictures of Angel as if she's a model. So then Blanca goes to work, and then you get Vogue by Madonna, which comes on the television. Not the television, dear God, on the radio while Blanca's at work. I remember being alive during that time, 1990, and Vogue really did become a huge hit, a huge phenomenon. I think if I remember, she performed it at the MTV Movie Awards. Was that MTV Movie Awards or was that the Grammys? There was this iconic performance that Madonna had of Vogue, and that shit was just like iconic. You still can look it up today. I don't remember if it was the MTV Music Awards or if it was the Grammys. I think it was MTV Music Awards. I'm not sure, but go look that up. Where she had all of the girls, all of the queens, all of the girls, all of the gays was around her, and they had on these great outfit. I mean, it was just a great, the video was good too, but I just remember that live performance. And so that kind of sets you up for, and she talks about how, oh, we're going to be going mainstream. Oh, this is our opportunity. We're going to get out, in the public, mainstream, ... and so forth. So next we have, and so I think that needed to be, and that was in the beginning part of the episode and the beginning part of the season, because that theme of that Madonna song, this whole infusion of not just the gay community, but the gay community of color, infusing itself into mainstream culture, was that I think that's going to be kind of a theme, and that is a theme for the season. So that's why they had that in what I would term the exposition of this season, the opening parts of this season. So then we see they're back at the ball. Angel walks the ball with some of the other girls. They were walking model realness. I forgot the term that Pray Tell used, but basically it was like a model category, and Angel won. She got 10s across the board. And a lot of this was foreshadowing not only for the episode, but foreshadowing for the season. And so they really did a great job of, really setting the foundation for what is to come for this season during this first about 15-20 minutes of the episode. So then we got Angel. Next we see Angel. Baby mama girl is back on the beat, working the beat, honey. Girl, she done went back out to these piers, girl. She got to get that money, honey. Hey, mama girl say, hey, I got to go with tried and true. And that's what she did. Blanca rolls up in this cab. She was like, bitch, what the fuck you doing out here? Bitch, get your ass in this motherfucking car. And so she got in the car. She was like, listen, I don't need you out here. She was like, girl, I need to make a coin. I need to make a money. And I am not trying to sweep no floors and wash no dishes. She said, no, I got something else. This is modeling competition, or this modeling contest, or modeling agency that's looking for models. Whatever, talent search for models. She was like, I want you to go, whatnot, and so forth. Now, my thought on that is, to me, Blanca is beautiful enough of a woman where I really felt like she could have gone as well, but I saw her acquiesce and say no, not for me, for my child, for my and because I don't want her to be here. This is because Blanca still at this time had her job that was making her money, so forth and so on. She really wanted to do that for Blanca. So that kind of stuck in the back of my brain how Blanca, who really, is a beautiful woman of her own, said, no, not for me, for you, Angel, because I know you need this to uplift you and to let you know that you can do it and you can still be great. And even if it doesn't happen for me, I can live vicariously through you, my child. So then they go to the funeral um, of a friend of someone that everybody knew, a young man. I can't remember if they said the name or not. And you know them girls from the House of Ferocity. Girl, I can't remember their name. The dark skinned chick and the light skinned chick. They was real disrespectful. And Pray Tell kind of checked them. Then and Pray Tell goes, and if I'm not mistaken, it's the same doctor that saw Blanca. Pray Tell goes and goes up to the casket and he's breaking down, bitch. They was trying to take me out again, honey. They kept trying to take me out, but I kept it together. And she talks to him and so forth, and she gets him to go to this meet up for this protest and rally that they want to have. Anyway, side note, let me go back to the beginning when Blanca spoke to that doctor. I loved how they gave you the story of how some of the gay men, women, and trans men and women had to get medicine back in the day, where there was the wealthy white gay men. I'm not just going to say white, but the wealthy gay men who had access and money to get those meds. When they died, they left the leftover meds for those who could not afford it, so as to help the community. And I loved that they put that out there and they told how this thing had to be done and that they had to help themselves, and it wasn't the government, and a whole lot of people was really not trying to help like that. Going back to where we was in the show, but I really like that part. So they go to the rally and they talk about what they want to do at the church and so forth. So then we got the scene where Angel goes to the modeling casting talent search and so forth. So she gets before the little talent agent, white lady. White lady helps her out. She looked at a little picture. I guess it was the picture that Poppy took. She looked at a little raggedy picture. She said, "You're a beautiful girl, boo, but these pictures, honey, this is real. This is real modeling, honey. This ain't that play shit y'all got going on in the projects over there, honey. Girl, go get some real pictures and come back when you get your life in order." But then she gave her a bone. She said, "But look, you know what?" Because Angel was like, "Listen, I don't have a job right now." She said, "You know what? I'm going to help you out. Here's the number to my friend. You go. I'm going to let you make it through to the semifinals just based on how you look right now. But here's the number to my friend, boo. Come back here when you get some real pictures, sweetheart. Give him my name. He'll hook you up with a good price." So then she goes. She tells Blanca and everybody's happy. They go back to the house. They're having family dinner. And, there's the back and forth. Everything's good to see everybody back together. See, what's the black dude's name? Is it Damon? Damien? Something like that. Whatever. I'm glad to see him. And all of the other members of the house. Pray Tell is there. So then Elektra comes in late, honey. Elektra comes, child. Did they call her Transarella? Did Pray Tell call her? Baby, when they said, I think he called Elektra Transarella. And baby, I fell out. Baby, they took me out. Not Transarella, bitch. I was like, Pray Tell, girl. Because he tried to have his own reenactment of Transarella. I don't know if you'll call it Transarella, but Gayarella when he went to the Met Gala, and baby, he sashayed in that gold across the damn red carpet like he was, child, moving on. But it was funny. But Elektra came in reading as usual, honey. She was on her high horse, baby, looking down at the peasants beneath her. Girl, all of that good shit that happened at the end of season 1, that shit is thrown out the window, baby. We back to regular Elektra, reading the kids down and not giving a fuck. I was here for her. I'm always here. I know she's the villain, but I'm always here for Elektra because there's a lot of Elektra in me. Like, girl, I be like that sometimes. I can't help it. So, and they tried to read Elektra, but Blanca was like, okay, yeah, she might not be here, da 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 da, but this always paying bills. And money talks, boo. So that's what I took from there. We did see Blanca at work. Blanca ends up having to quit her job because she had to go. I think she was going to something to help set up for the protest or something. She was going somewhere. She said she had to go meet her friends. Old Asian chick was like, where you going, boo? And I'm with the Asian chick. Okay, when you have a regular job, you can't just pull up and be like, and get up just ceremoniously. All right, girl, I'm out of here. No, bitch, you're on the schedule to such and such time. And I know you because Blanca is the protagonist and you want to be on Blanca's side. I had to be real in that regard. Asian chick wasn't wrong. Bitch, you are scheduled until such and such time. Now, if you come in here at the beginning of the shift and you say, hey, boss lady, I got a real emergency that I know I got to do at such and such time. Is it okay if I, leave work at that time? And she says yes. Okay, boo. But it didn't seem like that way. It seemed like boo just got up and finished that old girl nail and was like, girl, I'm gone. Because I got somewhere to be. Peace out. No, you can't do that. And so, but Asian chick got real disrespectful. She was like, ain't nobody gonna hire you. Because she said women like their nails done by women. And everybody in the nail salon looked like, ooh, bitch, girl, ooh. She was like, don't worry, girl, I quit. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to get my own storefront nail shop and I'll make more money than you. I was like, I don't know, girl, because the Asians, this 2019, and in the last, what is that, 29 years? Them Asian chicks are winning in the nail game. I'm sorry, honey. I got to be real. Mei Ling and the girls are winning in the nail salon department. Just saying. Next, we have the protest. So they go to the church. They have the protest. Everybody shows up but Elektra because Blanca says she didn't want to go because she had to meet up with the photographer, but she still agrees to go. Elektra says she's going to go, ends up not going. So you have this big, huge protest at the Catholic Church. They lay on the ground. They yell out, stop killing us, so forth. It's a big, protest. They get arrested. And so forth. So it really gave you, for those people who were not alive during that time, it really gave you insight into how it was back then during the protest. Next, Blanca's at the photo shoot with the photographer. That bitch is sickening. All of her makeup, her outfit, everything was sickening. But then you had this conversation. He recognized her from the peers. He said, listen, the money you gave me is not enough. She said, listen, I don't have no job. Now, I know a lot of people will highlight how fucked up the photographer was for what he did to Angel. And he was. But if you remember, and I could be wrong in my thinking, Angel kind of set it up. Because if you recall, Angel said, well, I don't have enough money, but there's other, I think she said something to the effect of there's other ways that we can take care of this, or we can handle this in other ways. Which kind of alluded to, hey girl, I'll shoot you a favor if you shoot me a favor, kind of in a sexual kind of way. And so in my mind, I thought she felt like, okay girl, I'll give up a little cooch, I suck a dick or two, and I get these photographs. And he was like, nah boo, I want to photograph you in that meat. And so there was this whole, he gave her all of the pictures she wanted for the modeling portfolio, but he also took some pictures for himself because he wanted to see her meet and all of that stuff. In this private shoot that he did with her. Next, they're at the ball. Elektra came through walking and she was sickening, bitch. She was sickening, honey. Sickening. Pray tell is having no parts of it because he's upset with Elektra for not going to the protest. While Pray tell was right in what he was thinking, his method of doing it, I think, was out of line. And I understand that for a personality like Elektra, you gotta do something big, because if you don't make a big spectacle, she won't feel it like she should. She's a big personality, and the only way to move someone with a big personality, you gotta have a big dramatic moment. But I just didn't feel like, I thought it was a little too dramatic and too over the top, Pray Tell, and I felt like that was a little out of line, because there are other things that you did not consider. What about the fact that Elektra is a full-blown trans woman? Now, I wonder, and I'm thinking through it right now. I wonder, because if I recall, Elektra had the surgery. So would that, but this is still 1990 now. Because Elektra was born a man, would they put her in the men's jail, or would they put her in the female jail? I don't know. And I could be thinking too hard into this, but I'm thinking in my mind, they might go by what her ID says. I'm not sure what the laws were in 1990 in New York, but she might have been thinking, girl, they might put me in this men's jail. And it's a lot more difficult for Elektra to be in this men's jail prison than it is for Pray Tell. And that's another aspect that I don't think that they've highlighted a lot or spoke on, but that's something to consider. Meanwhile, Angel wins her category, but you can see she's in her feelings. She's still wrestling with what happened with the photographer. She goes, she wins, she gets her trophy, goes out in the backstage and starts crying. She then tells Angel and she then tells Blanca and Poppy what the photographer did to her. She's crying. They get upset and incensed. Then next scene, we see them go over to the photographer. Poppy is beating the photographer to a pulp. You got blood and, you know, flesh and stuff everywhere. And maybe this will happen later in the season, but in my mind, it's 1990. This is a well-known photographer who's well-connected. I just don't think that y'all can ceremoniously go over there and beat him up to a bloody pulp and think there aren't going to be any repercussions to that. I'm just saying. Y'all let me know what y'all feel. Yeah, they might have got the negatives and those pictures back, but I just feel like there is going to be some consequences for it, because that man is well connected. That's how she got to him, because the modeling lady knew who he was. So I don't think that this is the end to that. I want to see what happens with that, because you're just not going over there and beating this man up and thinking that nothing is going to happen and everything is just going to work out fine for you, Angel. That's not believable. Next, we see Blanca's at the house. She's scrubbing the floors and she's just trying to find something to do with her life now that she ain't got no job. And Angel tell her, listen, you need to go get a job, boo, because you out of control. You running us crazy over here. Then we're at the family dinner, and this is where we have the big blow up. Elektra girl is back to being Elektra. She was mad after Pray Tell did what he did. They had family dinner. Elektra shows up late. She sits down. She be like, girl, I'm over it. Baby, that woman threw over that table at her. Girl, you ain't got to kick me out, girl, because I'm leaving, honey. I am above this, and you whores are beneath me. Goodbye. Peace out. And I was like, yes, ma'am, Elektra. I live for Elektra, because there's a lot of Elektra in me. I know that. And so she left, went over to the House of Ferocity with the light-skinned and dark-skinned chick, her old children. She told them whores, bitch, I'm back. I'm joining your house. You're welcome, bitch. And so then we cut to the next scene where they're at the ball again. And the best thing that I took up, and this will be the end of my review, but the best thing I saw about that was they gave you the history of where voguing comes from. Because even a lot of the kids who do vogue in a lot of the gay community, they vogue, but they don't know the history. And they told the story of how it came to be, how it developed. And I thought that was it was great that they infused that into this story. They're really giving you, and I'm glad this came out during Pride Month, because they're really giving you a lot of history of not just the LGBTQIA community, but the LGBTQIA community of color. I will say this. I was happy with the episode. I give it about a 7.5. I'm a hard critic and a hard judge. I did want just a little more drama. And when I say drama, a little more tension throughout the episode. They gave me a lot of moments where I was ready to you know, they were about to take me out. I was ready to bust out into tears, but I wanted a little more drama. They only gave us a little snippet of Damon and what's to be with his boyfriend, but that, to me, the first episode of a season, I want you to hit me hard with a lot of drama, and then you can bring it back for the next couple episodes, and then, you know, let it, you know, work its way through the drama. But that first episode hit me hard with the drama. Let me remember, okay, yeah, this is why I love it, and then, you know, ease me into it. But I thought it was great. I'm here for it the whole season. That's my review, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming, watching, or whatever. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely, and I'm out.